Welcome everyone to Merri Bowl in Livonia for the exciting opening rounds of the Bowling Showcase Challenge Merri Bowl region. I'm your host, Mark Martin, and thanks for joining us for this exciting competition. First off, I'd like to thank our host center, Merri Bowl, for being our first regional center. Stop by sometime, bowl a few games, and let them know that Bowling Showcase sent you. Now on with the bowling. Over the next 15 weeks, you're going to be watching 16 hand-picked teams from various bowling centers and other groups go head-to-head in single-game elimination rounds until the final two teams square off and a champion will be crowned. Now the 16 teams, they're divided into two regions named after our respective host centers, the Merri Bowl region and the Century Bowl region. We start this competition with 8 teams in the Merri Bowl region going head-to-head in Baker format single game elimination. Each bowler on the team, they bowl one frame, then the next team member takes the next frame, and so on. After the 5th frame, the teams are going to swap lanes and continue to finish the match. Now at the end of the match, our winning team will move into the semifinal round of the regional competition and await the other winners from that first round matches. We start with 8 teams in the region, then 4, then finally the winner of the last regional match will earn the right to represent their region in the final season-ending championship match. All told, we start with 16 teams, divided into 2 regions. We end up with 1 Bowling Showcase champion. This week's bowling battle features 2 previous Bowling Showcase Challenge champions, Woodland Lanes and Thunderbowl Lanes. Woodland Lanes, they went all the way in the 2nd season of the Bowling Showcase Challenge, winning the challenge trophy for their center. And Thunderbowl Lanes, they dominated the competition and won our very first Bowling Showcase Challenge trophy back in 2016. Today, both these teams square off, each determined to make the first repeat champion of the Bowling Showcase Challenge. But first, they got to make it out of the first round. So there you have it. Joining me for all this bowling action is Team Canada member and Women's Series standout, Robin Orlikowski. I'm going to move into position, get a little bit better view of the action. We'll be right back after these messages with the start of the match on Bowling Showcase.
Professional tournaments. We've won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. My name is Rich Glome, Managing Partner of Merri Bowl Lanes. On behalf of my entire staff and the entire Merri Bowl family, we want to welcome you to this year's 2018 Bowling Showcase Adult Challenge. It's at this time we'd like to turn it over to Mark Martin and the Metro Detroit USBC. Take it away, Mark.
So here we are. Week 2 of the first round of the Merri Bowl region. Can we top week 1?
I'm not sure. I think that this group of bowlers could, but it's quite the pressure. 300.
How can you top 300?
If we can have 2 at the same time.
That's true. So this week we've got Woodland, who was a champion in year 2 of the Bowling Showcase Challenge, against Thunderbowl, which was champion in year 1. Should be pretty exciting. Now the Woodland team is the exact same 5 players that bowled back in all 3 years of their appearances in the challenge. Bob Bagansky, leadoff man once again for Woodland Lanes.
Oh, great shot there. Got it out in the lane.
Leaves a 10-pin.
So he's going to shoot at this with a second ball. Looks like a spare ball here. So plastic ball will go a little straighter. He'll stand on the left and throw it towards the right side of the lane.
No problem.
All right, solid start for his team with the spare.
So leading off for the Thunderbowl Lanes team, these are 5 players that have not bowled before for Thunderbowl. A couple of them have bowled in the challenges before. I'll identify them as we go along. Josh Eisen is the leadoff bowler.
In 2017, Josh won the TMBA Mixed Doubles Championship with his now fiancee, Kim.
Big strike by Josh.
Getting his team going there. Sportsmanship, love it.
You bet. Merri Cooper's up next for the Woodland Lanes team.
Merri's a service rep at AT&T. Fun fact about her is Corey on her team, she was his youth coach.
Nice. And a strike for Merri.
A little light in the pocket. We saw it from week 1. When you're a little light, seemed to mix them up pretty well.
That's right. Next up for the Thunderbowl Lanes team, Colby Gill. Colby bowled for the Mayflower team back in year 1.
She comes from a bowling family. Her parents are bowlers as well. What she really likes about bowling is it just brings joy to her.
So she left the 1-2-8. So what does she need to do to cover this?
So if I were her, I would move about 3 boards to the right of where she stood the first shot. And you go a little from the right to the left of the lane, trying to get the 1-2, and hopefully you'll get the 8 out. Tugged it just a little bit left there and missed left.
Yes, she did. As soon as she let it go, she turned around to her teammates. I don't know what she said. I don't know that I could repeat it anyway.
I think she knew as soon as she let go. Unfortunately, she wasn't going to get it.
Yes. Corey Strange, manager at Woodland Lanes, up next for the Woodland Lanes team.
Light in the pocket there. Looked like it was about the 2-4-8 that fell late, but it fell. So
it fell, that's right.
That's all that matters.
Big strike for Corey. Brian Silsby, 3rd bowler for the Thunderbowl Lanes team. Brian's 33 years old, lives in Dearborn.
A little high in the pocket there, leaving the 3-6-10. So what's fun about Ryan is that he got started at the age of 8, and him and his dad bowled a father-son league, and then he was hooked in bowling from there.
Nice, very nice.
He's waiting for that 700 series. He wants to break it as high as 698.
Hey, nice cover on that 3-6-10 by Ryan. Dan Jordan, bowling for the Woodland Lanes team on the left-hand side. Lives in Livonia.
He enjoys the competitiveness of bowling and how fun it is to bowl with just good people. Nice shot off of his hand there. Another little light, carrying the 7 light.
And a turkey for Woodland.
All right, they keep that pace up. They got a 290 going.
Paul Marcon, the 4th bowler for Thunderbowl Lanes. He was the coach for the Thunderbowl Lanes Youth Challenge team here just earlier this season. Comes high and leaves the 3-6.
All right, so it's back-to-back on that right lane there where boulders both went high, leaving 3-6 and the 3-6-10. So the lane could be breaking down a little bit where they might want to move a little left.
Could be, but you know, that kind of looked to me like he just tugged it, to be honest with you.
Good tug it.
You know, sometimes it's not the lane, sometimes it's the bowler.
It could be, yes. All right.
Good cover by
no
Paul.
No problem. What's nice about Paul is he's very passionate about the sport, and he started his high school program at Dearborn High School. That's awesome.
He's a teacher. Chris Nielsen, anchor bowler for the Woodland Lanes team.
He's got a high series of 857. That's a very strong 800 series.
Yeah, he's quite a bowler.
Average is 246. Now I know why they have him in the anchor position.
That's right, exactly. Now, believe it or not, last year, while he bowled, Dan Jordan anchored the team, and Chris Nielsen bowled fourth.
Oh, they're changing up a little bit.
Yeah, so in year one for them, back in season 2, Vern Flowers now up for Thunderbowl. Ooh, left 10 pin.
His high series is an 837, and he shot that in a tournament.
Very nice. That's the best place to do those because usually that means M-O-N-E-Y.
Yeah, it could. So he left the 10 pin here. Looks like he grabbed his spare ball.
And covers it easily. Okay, we're through 5 frames of the Bowling Showcase Challenge. The Merri Bowl region, week 2. A couple of good teams, Woodland and Thunderbowl. Woodland has just started off on fire after that spare in the first, that 10 pin in the first, and cover by Bob Bagansky. 4 strikes. And Thunderbowl, 61 through 4, spare up in the 5th. So what do they got to do?
Well,
we'll talk about it after the break. How's that?
Okay,
I'll give you a chance to think about it. Right after the break, teams are going to switch lanes. We'll be right back after these messages on Bowling Showcase.
Vicky from Thunderbowl, the general manager, chose the team and put it together, and we're here today to try to hopefully win again. I'm not too sure because we don't know each other that well. It's kind of a pieced together team. It wasn't the best bowlers in the bowling alley. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going in pretty confident, and we're going to have fun.
The hug pickup, the home run swing, the drum major high step, the genuine joy, the unforgettable party, the food, the friends, the original social network. No matter who you are, it's always a great time. Grab your family, find a friend, and go bowling.
I'd like to thank Tom and Gary, the owners and proprietors, for letting us do this every year. It's awesome of them, and it's always a good experience, a good time. We always have fun. So after last year, we had a little of tough breaks, and we just really are going to come back and bring it. Going to get out there and just give it 110%, and we're just going to not worry about anything else. Doesn't matter who we're bowling. We're just going to go out there and show up. Makeup of it. I mean, I've worked at Woodland probably at least just about 10 years now. Well, 10 years overall. Then Corey works there. He manages the place. Chris runs a pro shop. Bob's the president of one league. Merri's been there for God knows how many years, good Lord. But anyway, look out for the boys in orange, all right? Smash, striking pumpkins, that's what we are. Just this year.
Okay, now the teams have switched lanes here at Merri Bowl. Thunderbowl lanes is now on the left, Woodland's on the right. Woodland's got a commanding lead. In fact, it's so high I can't even count.
Well, if they keep it going, they're on a 290 pace right now, and maybe why they're bowling so good together is some of them bowl league together.
I'm sure that makes a difference. But what about Thunderbowl? What should they do? They're now on the left-hand lane. Josh Eisen. I mean, is there anything they should do?
Well,
how about throw strikes,
being
right?
a leadoff bowler gets your team fired up. So I think Josh here is a good choice for a leadoff bowler. He bowls full time. That's what he does for a living. Nice shot there.
Leaves a 10 pin.
10 pin, unfortunately. He's going to grab his spare ball, or change balls at least, and
go cross lane at the 10 pin.
Hopefully keep it clean for his team here. He enjoys watching the Cincinnati Reds and the Bengals, originally from Cincinnati.
Okay. Leading off for the, not leading off, but bowling in the 6th frame. I guess he is the leadoff bowler. Bob Bagansky back in the 1st frame, left a 10 pin and covered it. But now his team's working on 4 strikes.
Bob's a business analyst at Ford and has a high series of 801. I do like the matching socks.
Oh.
Unfortunately got tapped there.
Left a 7 pin this time.
He's a graduate from Central Michigan University. He's excited to be, this is his 3rd year bowling.
His 3rd year in the Bowling Showcase Challenge. This team has been together all 3 years.
All right, no problem picking up that spare.
Colby Gill now for the Thunderbowl Lanes team up on the left-hand lane. Had a little bit of a struggle back in the 2nd frame. Let's see what she does here.
Yep, she said before she started this tournament today that she was just hoping that she could get a strike for her team.
10 pin.
All right, she got lucky there. Straight on to the head there, leaving the 10, so she got lucky. Her high game is a 234.
Very nice, very nice.
She was joking about how her first average was a 0. She started bowling at the age of 2. Probably hard to push that 6-pound ball down the lane.
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunately it goes in the gutter. That's okay. She got a strong team to hold her up.
She does. Mary Cooper now up for the Woodland Lanes team on the right-hand lane.
Her father got her started in the sport of bowling, and he still bowls to this day. He's 85 years young and still bowling.
Very nice.
Shows it's a sport for life.
It definitely is.
All right, so that one was a little light, leaving the 2 pin. I just leaked it just a little bit to the right there. She enjoys bowling, and she says it gets her out of the house, and she really enjoys it and has a lot of fun bowling each week.
Bowling's such a great sport. The camaraderie, the social part of bowling. And guess what? People actually talk to each other.
Yeah. Hopefully they put their phones down and they can talk.
That's right, exactly. Nice cover by Merri in the 7th frame. So through 7, Woodland 148 through 6 with a spare up. Thunderbowl 108 in the 7th. Woodland has a 60-pin lead. Thunderbowl now up. Ryan Silsby leaves the 2-4-5-8, commonly referred to as
the bucket.
The bucket.
There's so many ways to pick this one up. People use their strike ball. Some people use their spare ball. Looks like Ryan's going to use his strike ball here. Probably move a little bit to the right. Hook into it to take out that 8 pin.
And perfect.
Converts it with no problem.
Perfect cover. Corey Strange now up on lane 6 here at Merri Bowl. You know, our proprietor here, Rich Glome, is so supportive of Bowling Showcase Challenge. It's just amazing. We really appreciate his support.
Nice, solid approach there. Solid at the line. That's what I like to see.
Big strike for Corey. 60-pin lead by Woodland. Paul Marcon up. School teacher. As you mentioned earlier, he started the bowling program at Dearborn High School, where he's a teacher. He's a math and computer teacher.
Yeah. Nice throw there by him.
Good shot by Paul.
All right.
You know, even though the outcome of the match is really over, you always want to throw that strike.
No, absolutely. You want to show what you can do.
That's right.
Especially under this pressure of being on TV.
That's right, exactly. Now, come on, there's nobody watching this, right? Just all you people at home. Darn right. Solid 10-pin by Dan Jordan on the right-hand lane.
So I think what happened with that one, it looked like it came in behind the head pin a little too late, and that's why I didn't get the 10 pin out.
Yeah, a little too much angle on it.
Yeah. Dan's got a high series of 843, which he shot earlier in 2018.
Oh, nice.
He was a baseball player in high school, so he's got really good eye-hand coordination.
Very nice. He's not using a spare ball. He's using the ball that he threw for a strike.
Yeah, it's just going to flatten out his hand. He's very confident.
The old-time way of making a corner pin.
I used to do it too.
That's right. I'd still do it.
Yeah, I use a spare ball now, though.
Vern Flowers now. Vern's bowled for the Mayflower team in the past. He's bowled for Thunderbowl in the past on Bowling Showcase Challenge. So he's a Grizzly veteran. Just don't tell him I said that, okay?
He's 71 years young, still bowling. I love it.
That's right.
His uncle, he credits his uncle to getting him started in the sport. Would love to say thank you to him.
Nice cover. Nice cover by Vern. With a big fill here, Thunderbowl will finish with 168. Woodland's already in the house with a much higher score, but they're not quite in the house, I guess.
Oh, a little light
Seventh
there.
in. So 167 for Thunderbowl. Looks like they'll take their seat on the bench while Chris Nielsen for Woodland gets up and finishes it out for the Woodland team. 188 through 8. Spare up in the ninth. Possible score 238.
Chris bowled in high school. He found it. It's when he really got competitive, is in high school, bowling for Catholic Central.
High school bowling is such a huge sport. Little light leaves the 3-5-6-9, and that's called
The bucket.
the bucket for the left-handers.
Chris works at Delore Brothers. He's a driver and works in the warehouse there, so he's working within the bowling industry. So as a bowler, a lot of times that's your, you have the passion for the sport and would love to work in the sport. So that's great.
Very nice. Chops it off, leaves the, so Thunderbowl 213, Woodland 213, Thunderbowl 167. Pretty nice match. Really wasn't in question after the fifth frame, was it?
No, it looked, I mean, when Thunderbowl had the open early and Woodland was clean, it just, you could feel
exactly.
that Woodland just had it going.
Right. So we'll see after these messages. We'll come back and Rich Glom, our proprietor, will interview the winning team, Woodland Lanes, as they move into the semifinals right here on Bowling Showcase Challenge.
Michigan State USBC provides tournament competition and recognition for men, women, and youth in Michigan. The championship events for this season include the Women's Championship beginning in February in Lansing, the Open Championship beginning in January in Grand Blanc, and the Youth Championship beginning in March in Granville and Comstock Park. These events are open to all members of the association based on gender and membership. Other events for higher average bowlers include the Youth Masters in November in Battle Creek, the Queens in April in Sanford, the Senior Masters for those over 50 in March, and Masters in April, both in Battle Creek. Pepsi Youth events take place in your league, with qualifiers advancing to the state finals in May in Troy and Sterling Heights. Visit MichiganStateUSBC.com for entry blanks and more information on the Michigan State USBC.
Welcome back. As you've just seen, Team Woodland defeats Team Thunderbowl. What a great match. And here we are. We are interviewing Team Woodland. Guys, great job. And what was it all about? What were you feeling out there today?
We were feeling out there, we were feeling loose, we were feeling confident. we were having a good time. Like, that's what this sport's all about. Just you go out there, you have all the people around you that you love, and you just bowl.
That's absolutely. And I noticed you guys are a clean game. You guys made your spares, and it was almost clean game.
Well,
We'll forget that one.
That's all right. Yeah, well, I mean, we're all throwing good shots for the most part. You know, keeping in play, making our spares for the most part. But anyway, yeah, that's how you win games out here, though. You know, I mean, we can't all shoot 300, but you know, it is what it is.
Congratulations, Team Woodland, and we're looking forward to a good match in the semifinals. And now back to Mark and Robin.
Thanks, Rich. Rich done a great job there. Had a clean game. Well, they kind of forgot about Chris in the 10th frame. That's right.
But it's nice that you have that commanding lead, that last frame can be, it can make or break a game. But when you can open the 10th and you can still win,
right,
feels pretty good.
That's right. So Woodland moves on to the semifinals. They'll be bowling against, guess who? Bowl 1. But we'll talk about that in a few weeks. And Sarah and Cherry Hill Lanes North next week on Bowling Showcase Challenge. You know, that should be a really good match. Cherry Hill North has been very supportive. They have a brand new team this year, and Sarah's been very supportive. Got a similar team as in the past. So we'll see what happens next week.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see it.
Right. Next week on Bowling Showcase Challenge. We'll see you then.